What's poppin', everybody? Stibro94. So I recently saw a little article on PokeBeach that kind of makes sense with me, and I feel like sharing it with you guys should be good. So if you guys are Pokemon guys, you probably know that they're going to do the whole. This is going to be 2018 is going to be like the year of the legendary Pokemon. They're going to give legendary Pokemon. They're going to distribute legendary Pokemon all over the place. Like there's going to be a couple every month. It's gonna start out with Dialga and Palkia. Okay, so I have something to say about that. And then it's gonna be like Regigigas or Heatran, and then some other dudes from Kalos, and then some other Pokemon and what have you. Okay, so the article on PokeBeach states that uh, they're doing this for the Pokemon that they're distributing to go with the TCG sets. So this is why it kind of explains why Ultra Prism has a heavy focus on Sinnoh Pokemon and Sinnoh legendaries and that kind of shit. So then the next set would be Kalos, and then the set after that, Hoenn, and then Kanto, Johto, what have you. This is the stuff the article says. And I guess when you get that kind of explanation, then it makes you think, man, so, maybe this isn't like the evidence we need for the DP remix and, that kind of stuff. And, that could be true. That might be true. I feel like this explains things better. And yeah, it kind of makes you think, okay, so maybe, the DP remake uh, might not even be coming this year or next year. And, that could be true. But I still feel like it's going to happen eventually. And it's still not uh, far-fetched to say it might come out late 2018 or 2019, that kind of shit. We'll find out when they make an announcement. They're gonna make an announcement in some months, like they always kind of do, like 6 months after, like from when Ultra Prism, Ultra Sun and Moon were released, the latest Pokemon games. They're gonna make an announcement definitely for a Pokemon game that's gonna come in the next 6 months, like so 1 year from when Ultra Sun and Moon were released, and that kind of shit. Maybe. It's not always a guarantee, but it is something to. It is like a blueprint to kind of go by, I guess. So we'll see. If they announce something completely different, then yeah, okay, it'll take longer. It's definitely not coming then. But if they announce DP remakes, then there's that possibility too. But this is kind of cool what they're doing with the TCG. I kind of like this kind of stuff, these themed sets. It means that certain sets are going to have more value for me. For example, like the Sinnoh one right now, Ultra Prism, is pretty hyped, and something like the Hoenn one is also going to be pretty cool. Now, of course, if the sets have good cards and shit, all of them have value. But, for example, something like fuck, I don't know, like maybe the black and white one or the Kalos one. Of course, I'm not going to value the same as the Hoenn one or maybe the Kanto one and that kind of shit. It just depends on the cards too. But this is just something that I thought about sharing with you guys. The other thing with the events they're doing that I thought, would be kind of an indication, but I guess we still don't know. If they do like Dialga and Palkia, they're going to be distributed in GameStop in the US and Game in the UK and these kinds of stores that sell used games and shit that are similar. But I thought that if they're going to distribute them in a special way like that, like you have to go to the store to get them, and then the rest of the legendaries they do Wi-Fi, I thought, okay, maybe there's another like hint like that, Palkia and Dialga, the legendary Pokemon for Diamond and Pearl. It's kind of they're getting this special sort of treatment. Uh, it's kind of worse to get it in the store, but they're doing things differently with them, as kind of like a hint that DP remakes might be coming and shit. But I think this is just the situation because it's still early for the other events. Like when the coming months come, then we'll know if they're gonna be in certain stores or be distributed via Wi-Fi and that kind of shit. So I thought, yeah, maybe it's just coincidence. But I mean, either way, they did decide to start with Sinnoh, and that's still something like, okay, you can start the year of legendaries with Sinnoh. That's kind of how come you start with that and you don't go, with Kanto, you start from the beginning or some shit, or you start with Sun and Moon, you start from the end. So with them starting from Sinnoh, it is kind of like a hint still from me that the DP remakes, they're gonna be coming. And I guess the other reason could be is that Sinnoh is basically like the region of legendary Pokemon. Uh, if you exclude like uh, the Sun and Moon Ultra Beasts and that kind of shit, and even with them, I still think Sinnoh has the most legendaries. Sinnoh is basically like the region of legendary Pokemon. The most legendary Pokemon came out from that region. There's like a billion of legendary Pokemon, and if you ask me, that was awesome. It's one of the reasons why I love Sinnoh so much. Big ass fucking region with shitloads of legendary Pokemon. You explore to get them. You do all sorts of shit. And even the ones like Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf, where you just go there and they're at the lakes, kind of obvious. They did it in such a cool way. Like it's so mystic, so majestic. It's like you did shit to get them. It's not like you even found them sitting there. It's crazy. But yeah, Uh, looking forward to the DP remakes, of course. Always saying that shit. Always looking out for hints and that kind of stuff. I just thought this is something that's cool to mention, so you guys know about the TCG sets too and stuff. So perhaps if you are the kind of person that doesn't really have the money to get like all the sets every year, and you can only get a few and shit and get some, uh, maybe this way, if you have a favorite region or a lot of favorite Pokemon from that region and that kind of shit, okay, maybe I should wait for the set that I kind of like when it's the region that I like, for example, Hoenn and what have you, and you wait for that shit. So I think this is kind of cool. So yeah, kind of a short video. Not really much else to say. A lot of the DP stuff we already covered many times. But yeah, just thought of sharing this. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys subscribe. Hope you guys share this with your friends. Leave a like. I've been SaberWolf94, and what's up?